thanks for joining. And thanks to Cressie for hosting this. I am an acrobat and hand balancer, mostly. I do other circus things too, but that's my main focus. So we'll be doing some handstand shaping and strength drills today.
Thank you, Marisa. Let's go ahead to Staza, and then we'll do sound check too.
Hi guys, can you hear me? Yes, good. Okay, I am Staza, and I've been doing circus stuff for 6-ish years. I do aerial, hula hooping, stilts, all that jazz. But today I am going to work those abs with a plank challenge, and I'm really excited. Yeah, thanks Cressie for hosting.
Awesome. And last but not least, Anastasia.
I think you said my name. Kind of broke up there in the last one. Okay. Hi, I'm Anastasia. Nice to meet you. If I haven't met you already, I am predominantly an aerialist, coach, and performer. And I am super excited to do what I call bottoms up, which is going to be predominantly focusing on legs, butt, and low abs, which will be really useful for all of our inversions and things like that when we get into the air. So super excited. Thanks for having me again. Thank you, Cressie.
Yay, you're welcome. And I also just wanted to say that I think I figured out how to turn off that weird setting. So I think everybody will be able to enter on their own now. Okay, awesome. Let's see, I feel like I forgot something. Oh, so when a person, if you're in gallery view, or I'm actually not sure. Yeah, gallery view. And somebody talks, usually they'll bump up to the top, so you'll see who's talking. And then if you hover over the video, you can pin them so that they are on your screen and enlarged. That way you can follow the coaches as we go, or you can leave it on and see everyone. I also learned while posting the last video up on YouTube, which is up, yay, yesterday's is up there, that the only people that you see in the video are actually the people who are talking. So if at any point you unmute and you talk, that will come up in the video that gets posted later on. Okay, well, I think I'm warming us up today, so let's go ahead and get started. Actually, we still have a couple more minutes, so I just want to wait and make sure no one else is joining. Does anyone have any questions before we get started? You can go ahead and type it into the chat if you do. Gabi, I'm sorry about your wrist, that's sad.
It's okay, I'll do forearm stuff.
Awesome. Okay, so somebody is not muted and it is picking up quite a bit of background noise. I could probably find it and mute on my end, but just something to be aware of. Oh, I found it. I'm gonna mute you. I'm not sure I know who you are, but I'm glad you're here. Awesome. Cool. Well, this is our biggest class so far. I'm so excited. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start by standing. Get this. Nice. Cool. Woo. All right. So first, we're just going to start by kind of moving our bodies. Just kind of shaking everything around, loosening everything up. I don't know how many of you have been stuck at home for many days and how many of you are not moving around a ton, but I know that I've been getting kind of stagnant outside of these classes, so just try and move the blood around. Start getting bigger in your shapes. Good, and now start kind of picking your feet. I don't know if you can see my feet, but you don't have to lift your knees quite as high, but point your toes and do little lifts off the ground. Letting your upper body be kind of heavy. Good. Go ahead and start bringing that to a still. Now we're going to take our head to the side gently. And you can take your opposite hand and press straight out. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay, cool. Now go ahead and roll your head to the other side. Oops, I was on that side. Roll it to the other side and press out. Go ahead and do a few rolls back and forth. And you can add in a full head circle. Both directions. Now we're going to take our shoulders and start kind of moving our shoulders around our rib cage. I like to kind of lead with one shoulder, then the other, and then pull one back and then the other for an exaggerated movement here. Go ahead and try the other direction. Make sure you're keeping your knees soft and not locking them out here. Good. Now we're just going to kind of shake our arms out. Shimmy our shoulders back and forth. All the way down through the wrists. Yeah. All right. Now we're going to try and rotate our whole rib cage on top of our waist. If you have a dance background, these would be rib cage isolations. Trying to keep the waist and the shoulders steady. But that might not be quite accessible to you yet, so you can do the whole upper body if that's easier for you. And go ahead and switch to the other direction. You can do the whole upper body as well as the isolations. Cool. Let's just go ahead and bring that down into our hips now, keeping those knees soft so that they bend with you when you push your hips forward. Oh, you're all so beautiful. Go ahead and go the other direction. Nice. And let's bring it down to the knees. And you're just going to do little bounces here. Don't come to a full locked out knee. Keep your knee at a micro bend at least. Good. Go ahead and step your feet together a little bit. And we're going to do little circles in the knees. If this is painful for you, back off of it and go back to the little bounces. Go ahead the other way. Good. Now let's shake out our legs. Okay, we're going to do a few releves. So we're going to come up on our tippy toes and down. Up and down. And up and down. Good. Now we're going to attempt to come all the way down where we were doing our little circles with our knees and roll the energy up to the top of our body and back down. You can bring it all the way through your arms and all the way back down to the ground. Good. And now just shake it out like you're going crazy and you just had a bunch of sugar. Woo! All right, I'm going to pass it over to Marisa.
Alrighty, thanks, Cressie. Sound check again. Everybody hear me? Cool, great. All right, we're gonna keep up with the warm up and we're gonna move into shoulders. So you can stay standing and we're gonna do some backwards shoulder rolls. Make them as big as you can, coming up towards your ears. And keep that momentum going, but now you're gonna lead with your elbows. So elbows are lifting up and around. And we're going to take it to straight arms. So let's put feet together and elbows straight as we reach up and around. And at the top of your circle, extend your shoulders all the way up to your ears before you circle around. With handstands, we want to find full extension as tall as you can. And let's reverse it. Other direction, still with straight elbows. As you come up and over the top, shoulders come up through your ears. And bend the elbows. Keep going forwards. And drop the arms and keep going with the shoulders. Great. All right, we're gonna do a few more opening up of the hips too. So you're gonna balance on one foot and you're going to lift your knee and draw some big circles here. Change direction. And as you're balancing on your foot, I want you to try to grip the floor with your toes. Maintain your balance. Beautiful, other side. Lift the knee up. Really open it out to the side before you drop it. Good. And change direction. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna warm up our hands and fingers a little bit. So I'd like you to put your arms up over your head and we're gonna do some straight body hops here. So feet together, squeeze your butt, squeeze your knees. And you're gonna add some finger flicks. So you're gonna open and close your hands, pushing your fingers into your thumbs. Flick, looks like this. Wow. Keep hopping, arms out to the side, finger flick. Hop arms down by your side. Keep flicking. Flick to the front. Back up to the top. Nice. And shake it out. Beautiful. All right, so we're gonna do a little squat here. So take your feet apart. Screen. Feet apart. Drop your hips as low as you can. Open it up. You're gonna hold on to your ankles here. And from here, you're gonna extend your legs as straight as they go. Don't force it. And then you're gonna drop back down, hips low and chest up high. And then again, forward fold as straight as you can. And then squat as deep as you can with your chest up. Good, we're gonna do a few more of those. Maybe each time you extend your legs straight at the top, they get a little bit straighter or your head hangs a little lower. Awesome, one more. Great, bring it down. All right, continuing with our hand and wrist warm up. I'd like you guys to put your hands on the floor and you're gonna spread your fingers wide. We're gonna do some palm bridges. So you're going to lift your palms off the floor, as you can see too. Keep the weight in the front of your hands, pushing down through your fingers. If you want more of a challenge, you can send your knees back to put a little more weight into your hands. If not, just keep them in close. All right, we're gonna go up to fingertips. So press all your fingers and your thumbs down into the floor to make a little tent at the top. And then you're gonna lower back down and find your rhythm there too. Again, if you wanna send your knees back to put more weight in your hands to make it harder, you can. Beautiful, shake it up. We're gonna turn our fingers back towards our knees. Fingers back towards your knees so your elbows facing forward. You can give it a little gentle lean back first to stretch it out. And then we're gonna go ahead and bend our elbows. So when you bend your elbows, bring them back towards your knees, your palms are gonna lift off the floor, and then you're gonna straighten again. Try to keep your fingers pressing down into the floor so your whole hand isn't lifting. You know, it's a little easier said than done. Great, shake it on out. And last one we're gonna do here, let's take one hand, point your fingers down towards the floor. You're gonna take your other hand and bring it across your wrist here. And you're gonna take about 5 seconds and resist and slowly bring your hand up to a high five position. Then you're gonna reset and do that again. You wanna provide some resistance so that it goes slowly, but don't make it impossible. At the top of your high five, keep your fingers as straight as you can so they're not curling or crunching. One more. Great, other side. Fingers pointing down, bring your other hand across and lift your fingers up to the sky, make a high five. Keep your fingers stretched straight and then go again. One more. Awesome. Shake it on out. Okay. We're going to take that into a plank next. So a lot of our handstand strength drills for today are going to be on your hands. If you need some modifications or a break from your wrists, you could go onto fists or onto forearms. But I invite you guys, before you do that, to try and engage your fingers as much as you can. So with handstands and planks and you know, other inversions, you don't want the weight to stay in the palm and in the back of your hand, because that's where more pain is going to happen in your wrist and your elbow. So you really want to keep the weight in your knuckles and pressing through your fingers. So let's see if I can move this down a little more. When my hands are on the floor, my fingers are spreading wide. I'm pushing down through these first two knuckles especially, and I want you to slide your fingers in to make these spider hands. Go ahead and try that. You can just stay on your knees for now. It doesn't have to be a plank yet. Hands down on the floor, spread your fingers wide. If you're under a rug, it's like you're trying to pull the rug into your knuckles, so you make these little spider legs. Good, and push down through your fingers at the same time. Great. So as we do these plank exercises, I'd like you to keep checking in with your hands and your fingers to make sure that they are staying active, to protect your wrists and to make them stronger. So we're gonna start in a plank shape. So find your handstand hands. We're gonna make a plank shape here. Shoulders over your wrists, feet together. Now for this plank, instead of being totally flat, I want you to push down through the floor and make an exaggerated turtle shell. So you're pushing the floor away from you and separating your shoulder blades. Beautiful. That's what you want to feel for these plank drills. And if you're practicing handstands, same kind of push down through the earth. Good. And holding this body shape, this ribs in, belly button in, squeeze your butt, we're going to do some scat push-ups here. So you're going to drop your shoulder blades down your back and then push down into the floor again. So we're doing some shoulder shrugs. When I'm shrugging, I'm not letting my belly drop or change, right? I'm holding this body shape and slowly moving through my shoulders. Good. A few more. And we're going to hold at the top, push down through the floor, check in with your fingers. Do you have spider fingers? Push down through your knuckles. Hold 3, 2, 1, and down. Beautiful. All right. The next one we're going to do is some down dog planks. So I'll show you first and then you can try. So we're going to find that same exaggerated hollow plank shape. You're going to pass through your down dog, open up your shoulders, and then back to your plank. And then I'll call some ankle touches. So what you're going to do is in your down dog, you'll take one hand, touch the outside of your ankle, bring it back to your plank, and then we'll do the other side. Yeah, all right. Assume the position, plank shape. Check in with your fingers, fingers wide. Slide the carpet towards your knuckles. Push down to the floor, find your round turtle shell, and then take it back to a down dog. And bring it back to plank. And again. One more time. Good. On your next one, you're going to take opposite hand, touch the opposite ankle, bring it back to your plank. Then you'll do the other side. Other hand to the ankle, back to plank. Keep going. Try to find the rhythm. And every time you come back to your plank shape, shoulders over wrists, find your turtle shell. We're going to do one more on each side. Keep pushing down through the floor with your hands. Nice. And bring it down. Woohoo! Okay, we're going to stretch it out. So for your stretch here, keep your knees on the floor. Elbows are going to stay straight, booties to the sky. And try to bring your armpits and your ribs down to the floor. So for this position, we are arching. You are letting your belly out. And in a minute here, we're gonna make this more of an active hollow shape. So what that means is your ribs and belly button are gonna come into your spine. Whoop. Try to find a little more hollow. Keep the elbows straight and keep pressing your armpits down to the floor. And release it, belly back down. I like to look in between my thumbs here, but you can also put your forehead on the floor, whatever you prefer. And one more hollow, ribs and belly button in. Round your back, shoulders to your ears, straight elbows. And come on out. Whee! Okay. You guys doing great. I think there are a lot of aerialists in this group, so we're definitely working on the pushing muscles instead of the pullers today. Okay. Next one we're gonna do, we're gonna find our plank shape again. And this time we're gonna find a plank shape with your feet hip width. If you want, you can make them a little bit wider. It'll make it a little bit easier for you. I'll show you first and then you can do it. So I'm gonna take my feet hip width apart. Still, shoulders over wrists, push down into the floor to extend and separate your shoulder blades. And then we're gonna do some single arm lifts. So one arm is gonna lift straight out in front to your ears, find a long line, bring it back. The other side, bring it back. We're gonna do a few of those. Gotta be so great. Okay, deep breath. All right, hands on the ground, spread fingers wide, slide your finger pads in, make those spider hands. Push down to the floor. Push down so you're separating your shoulder blades. Beautiful. And go ahead and lift one arm straight up in front of you. Cover your ear. And bring it down. And other side. Extend long. Hug your arm into your ear. Bring it down. Other side. Hold. Bring it down. Other side. Lift. Bring it down. One more on each side. Reach the arm as long as you can. Shoulder extending to your ears. Bring it down. Reach up, hold. 3, 2, 1, and down. Woo! You want to grab a drink of water? Now's a great time. As I explain the next thing that we're going to do. So we're going to give our hands and shoulders a little break here. And we're going to be laying down. The next thing we're going to do is some handstand shaping. So even though for handstands, your weight's in your hands, you want your whole body to be engaged. So we're not just like hanging upside down like a noodle, but every muscle is extending and straight. So I'm going to show you first, and then we'll do it. So we're going to lay down on the floor, arms up over your head, and we're going to start at the feet. And we're going to squeeze everything all the way up. So what we're looking for is to get rid of any tunnel or daylight underneath your back, and everything's going to be pressing down into the floor. I'll give you lots of different cues to work up your body. And we're trying to open up shoulders and be as long as we can. Yeah. So go ahead and lay down on your back. Feet together. Arms are going to be up over your head. And we're going to start at our toes. So everyone point your toes, curl your feet, squeeze your ankles and your heels together. If I were there shaking your feet, they wouldn't come apart. Squeeze your knees straight. Squeeze your booty. Now, you're going to take your low back, breathe and press your low back down into the floor to get rid of all that daylight and that space. When that happens, you might find your arms and things pop up, but try to keep your head down on the floor. Your feet are still on the ground and squeezed. Good. Elbows are straight. Let's think about our arms. Extend through your shoulders. Hug your arms in so your biceps are next to your ears. Nice. So looking for long lines. Now here's the tricky part. You're going to keep pressing your low back into the floor and try to press the back of your hands into the floor. Open shoulders. If your hands are touching the floor and you felt your low back pop up, reset, press that back down. Most important is this tight hollow body, and then shoulder flexibility will come. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Who knew laying down could be so hard? We are going to do a similar thing over on your belly this time. Again, I'll show you and then you can try it. So same but different. We're gonna find a long line on the floor. We're going to go from our toes all the way up to the body. For this, you can either have your chin on the floor and look between your thumbs, but if it's more comfortable, you can put your forehead down on the floor. So everyone go ahead and lay down on your bellies. Arms out in front of you. And we're gonna start at the feet. Point your toes. Squeeze your heels and ankle bones together. No wiggles. If someone were to shake your feet apart. Straight knees. Squeeze the butt. Here comes the tricky part. You're going to pull your belly button off the floor into your spine and push your hip bones down into the floor. What? Crazy. If that feels a little funky, try again. Pull your belly button in, pubic bone and hip bones press down into the floor. That's creating more of this hollow and pelvic tilt. Squeeze your butt. Good. Elbows are straight. Hug your arms into your ears. Extend your shoulders as far as you can. Nice. From this position, I'm gonna make it even harder. Pull your ribs off the floor. More hollow. All right, last piece. We're going to lift only arms off the floor. Everything else stays on the floor. Ready, set, go. Arms up. Oh, mine are barely lifting. Hold. Check in with your body. Your belly button's still in. Squeeze your butt, feet together. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Oh yeah, nice job, guys. So, as you can see, it takes all the muscles in your body to be engaged to find a really nice line for your handstands. That's your handstand line. Squeezing from your toes all the way up, ribs and belly button in, and then trying to find shoulders open. So, yay, good job. A few more minutes here. We're gonna do a few. All right, this is gonna be the angry cat walk. We're gonna do, I'll show you first. So we're gonna go on our hands and knees for this one. You're gonna do your ribs in, make your angry cat turtle shell just like we've been doing, still pushing down to the floor. We're gonna take this angry cat and we're gonna walk it forwards. You're gonna walk only as far as you can, still holding that shape. If you get to a point where you start to stick your butt out or things fall apart, you've gone too far. So just take it back a little bit. You also want to go only as far as you can to where you can still walk it back. For instance, I could go as far as I can in this hollow shape, but I will collapse because I can't walk myself back in. So we're going to do steps out, pause for a few seconds, steps back in to your angry cat. Here we go. So hands and knees on the floor, find your handstand hands. Fingers wide, slide the knuckles, the finger pads in. All right, keep this hollow shape. Let's start walking out. Walking, ribs in, belly in. Find your end point and hold for a few seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it back in. Back to hands underneath your shoulders. Beautiful. We're gonna do that again. Here we go. Walk the hands out. Angry cat walk. How far can you go? Still hold the ribs in. Squeeze your butt. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back in. Very nice. A few more here. Here we go. Walk it out. Long lines. Keep your shoulders by your ears if you can. Squeeze your butt. 3, 2, 1. Walk it in. Beautiful. Last one. Here we go. Maybe take it a step further. Hide your ears. Round back. Extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back in. Yay. Good job. Let me take a look here. Cool. Let's see. Maybe we'll do one more. All right. For this last one, we're going to do, we'll actually do a little bit of inverting, but please don't feel like you have to kick into a handstand. This exercise is mostly about like soft, ooey gooey controlled landings. Some of you might have a regular handstand practice, and when you leave here, I invite you to try to, every time you come back down from your handstand, make it as quiet and as soft as you can, right? Be nice to your joints. So for this exercise, your hands are gonna be down on the ground. You're gonna take your dominant leg, your favorite leg is gonna be in front. Your non-dominant leg's gonna be behind you, and we're gonna do some little jumps off the floor. Just little ones are fine. If you feel like you wanna go higher, you can kick it and hover. If you want, you could kick and balance and come down, but that's not really like the point. Where like the main focus is coming down really softly on your feet. So even if I'm doing a little jump, quiet on the landing, bend your knee to absorb so you're not stomping like an elephant. Yeah. So we're gonna do a few on each side. So get ready for your dominant leg in front, non-dominant leg behind you. Check in with your hands. Spread your fingers wide, slide the fingers in. Shoulders stay over the wrist. We're not gonna dive forward. Ready, here we go. Little kicks up and ooey gooey landing. And kick and bring it down. Nice, keep pushing your hands down through the floor. Don't let your arms bend. Let's try 2 more on this side. And 1 more, and bring it down. Nice, good job, shake it out. 1 more little piece of feedback. If when you're jumping off the floor, see if you can push and point through your bottom foot and extend that leg straight. So instead of jumping off the floor and keeping this leg bent, can I push and point and find a straight leg at the top of my jump? All right, get ready for the other side. Hands down. Your spicy side, other leg in front. Here we go. And jumps. As you kick off the floor, push and point your toes. Nice soft landings. Shoulders over your hands. 2 more. And 2. And down. Shake it out. Hey, great job. Nice work, everybody. I'm going to pass it over to Anastasia for bottoms up.
That was wonderful, Marisa. Thank you so much. I definitely don't do enough pushing in my life. So love that. Okay, so my whole thing is based on the aerialist inversion, which does have a lot to do with your low abs, your legs, and your butt. So these exercises are going to be specifically for that. We're going to start out by warming up those low ab muscles by doing some rocks. These are some of my favorites to do. Just make sure you have some space behind you. We're going to start by either grabbing your legs or holding your hands out. But if you're not holding onto your legs, make sure that the distance between your thighs and your chest doesn't suddenly change this exercise. Gonna rock nice and gentle. Don't let your head or your feet touch the floor once you start. These should feel great on your back. Let's everyone go for 10. All right, ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to keep your heels close to your bum as well. 5. Actually, I skipped a few. 8. I'm bad at counting. 9. And 10. Excellent. Let me adjust this camera so you can see me better. All right, we're gonna add challenges to that. Those looked really nice. If you felt that that was already challenging, then feel free to keep doing what you're doing. Challenge number 1. As you rock back, you're going to add a candlestick. You're going to shoot your feet straight up to the ceiling and come back down. Try to find your line by squeezing your glutes, by stacking the hips over the head. And I'm hovering, but you don't have to hold here for a long time. And then coming back. It'll look like this. I am trying to focus very much on shooting my feet straight up and not going into a plow. I really want to think about going up with each rock, okay? Challenge number 2, feel free to combine them if you want. On the way up, I'm going to firmly plant my hands, and without touching my feet to the floor, I'm going to lift my butt off the floor. That depends on how long your arm and body ratio are, but do your best. Again, you don't have to hold it, just hover. It'll look like this. Rock back, lift up, rock back, lift up. Don't let your feet touch the floor. Of course, if you want uber challenge, you could do both of those at the same time. So shoot the feet up on the shoulders, lift yourself up on the bottom, okay? All right, pick your option. We're gonna do it together, ready? 1, 2, 3, really squeeze your butt. 4, 5, nice. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nicely done. Excellent. Okay, for the next one, we're going to do a set of toes to ceiling. Again, trying to focus on the curling action of our low abs and using that to help squeeze the glutes and lift my sacrum off the floor. These are small motions, but it's a lot of effort. So if you feel like you're doing a lot and not moving a lot, that's actually correct. So for these, we're gonna lay on the floor. You can have your hands down or supporting your head. Make sure that you're at a 90-degree angle at the body. Try not to be overly piked. And you're trying to lift your butt straight up. That's it. It's a very small motion. Okay. And we're gonna try for 20 of those. Are you ready? Laying down, really squeeze your legs in towards each other. That's gonna help. Hands where you want them. And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Try to keep your legs straight. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nice. Rest for a moment. I often feel these across sort of my lower abdominal area, kind of below my belly button. Next, we're going to do a curling motion. So this is sort of the elusive part of our inversion. Same setup, except this time you're going to straddle the legs. I don't care how big your straddle is, come to a comfortable position. Again, hands behind the head or comfortable. And just like before, I'm trying to curl through my low abs to try to lift my sacrum off the floor. And again, it's a lot of effort, but not a huge motion. Really try to keep your legs straight during this exercise. Yours might be more here, or you might be very flexible and you're way down here. That's fine, it doesn't matter. I care more about what's happening through this part. All right, again for 20, let's get set. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try to relax your neck. 10, 20, 30, oops, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nice, rest. I almost started counting like by tens. We're gonna be like, and 99 and 100. You guys are so good at this. All right, for this next one, if you have an object that you can shove your hands under, it will make this easier, such as the edge of a couch or some books or a weight laying around. If you don't, it's okay. I'll show you a variation. Yeah, that'll work perfect. All right, so for these, the hard part is keeping your heels against your butt the whole time. So start by really squeezing your knees in as close as you can, and don't let this distance change. Don't let your legs do that. It's natural to want to, but don't let it happen. I'm then going to shove my hands underneath my object, okay? And then I'm going to try to pull my knees up all the way to my face, and then rolling back down. And the whole time, I'm trying to keep this distance between my butt and my heels the same, nice and slow. If you want more challenge, use less weight on your hands. Try to make it less about pushing and more about curling. We're gonna do 10 of these, but nice and slow. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. Very nice. 4. 5. 6. 7. You're doing great. Keep those heels close. And 10. Nice. Great job. Obviously, there's many modifications that you can do for this one, but that is by far one of my favorites. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more legs now that we've got our low abs warmed up. They're all interconnected, but we're going to come to this famous stretch. What I'm looking for is that your hips are nice and squared. So really drawing this leg back into your pelvis so that your hips are at the same angle. If you can't touch the floor, use books or something to prop your hands up so that you're in a comfortable position. You want to be folded forward with a flat back, but you don't want to be at your max flexibility at this position. If this is too much, you can always use something and be more upright in this position as well and still do the exercise. From here, you're going to externally rotate that leg in the hip socket, really straighten through the leg by pulling your quad up, like you're trying to pull your kneecap up, and you're going to try to lift your foot off the floor. Okay. If this feels impossible, back up a little bit, go to a slightly higher setup, and try from there. We're going to do 10 lifts. Ready? 1, 2, 3, or you can be higher, 4, 5, 6, try to keep your back flat, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Good job. Other side. Again, with the same setup, making sure that the hips are nice and squared, folding to wherever your flexibility is, and then maybe backing up a little bit or using an object. Good external rotation on that straight leg. Make sure the leg is nice and pointed. And we're going to lift for 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, very nice, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. Yeah, nicely done, everybody. All right, let's get into the back of the legs a little bit now. This is one of my favorites for knee hangs. If you're, grounded for a little bit and you can't get in the air, but you still want to work on your knee hangs, this is what I recommend 100%. You're going to need something to balance against. It can be furniture, a wall, whatever. You don't need to lean into it. It's strictly for balance. I'm going to set up with my knees squeezing together and facing my object. I'm going to squeeze my butt, which is going to open up my hip flexors and tuck my pelvis. I'm going to engage my low abs, my hollow body. And I'm trying more or less to be in a straight line. Don't allow yourself to zigzag. Pull all that in. Then step number 1, you're just going to lift your feet off the floor. This might be enough of an exercise. Imagining that you're hanging from your knees, lifting your feet away from the wall or floor will be security, so lifting. Version number 2, if you're lifting and you're like, okay, this is fine, then keep your feet lifted and you're going to do pulses here. Trying to pull your heels closer to your butt and only relaxing to your starting position, not all the way to the floor. So choose whichever one you want to do. We're going to do 10 quick bursts, but twice with a break in between. All right, set up. Squeeze the glutes. Make sure that you have all of this nice and engaged. If you lose it, that's okay. Reset. Use your object for balance and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest for a moment. If you need something under your knees, you can also prop like a pillow or a blankie under your knees. And set number 2, re-engage everything. And let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. Of course, if you feel like that wasn't enough, you can do more than just 10 in a set. All right, we're gonna sit in a straddle for this one. It doesn't have to be a super wide straddle. In fact, the wider your straddle, the harder this exercise is going to be. And if you have objects, you can use objects as markers. I don't have any objects around, so I'm just gonna pretend. But you wanna pretend that there's a little thing here, and a little thing here, and a little thing here, and a little thing here. And we're going to face one leg, sitting up nice and tall, wherever your straddle may be. You can also prop a book under your butt to keep yourself up on your sit bones. Point the leg you are facing, and you're going to try to lift it up and over your imaginary object, and then up and over your imaginary object. It should be pretty much in a pike now. And then back, 1, 2, and then other leg. First object, second object, and then back, 1, 2. Very nice. Try as much as possible when you do these not to lean back to give yourself room. I know that's really hard, but try to stay very upright so that when you lift, you're really having to work that leg and those low abs. All right, let's go again. First leg, 1, 2, and back, and 2. Second leg, 1 and 2, and back, 1 and 2. One more time on each side. First leg, up and over, and 2, back, and 2. Second leg, up and over, and 2, and back, and 2. Nice job. I've got one last set of things that are going to happen from an all fours position. If you need to modify, you can of course go on your arms, and I believe this will still work from your forearms for whoever said they had a wrist injury. So it'll still work. But the first one that we're going to do is a thut exercise. That's when my thigh and my butt meet. That's the thut, also known as the glammy, which I really like, glutes and hamstrings. But for this one, I'm going to get onto my all fours. I'm going to bend one knee behind me. Make sure that you don't banana back. Keep your abs engaged, stay flat, just like Marisa was saying, pushing through the shoulders. And you're going to do tiny little kicks, lifting straight up, like so. Try also not to open the hip. Try to stay square. We're going to do 20 on each side. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nice job, everybody. Let's switch. Other booty. Bend the knee, engage the abs, strong shoulders. You can practice your handstand fingers here too. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Awesome. All right, last but not least, for the sides of the legs. We've done the front, we've done the low abs, we've done the back. Now for the sides. This one is my least favorite, which probably means I need to do more of them. But for this one, we're going to pretend like we're a dog seeing a fire hydrant. So I am trying to lift straight up. I'm trying the best that I can not to lean too much as I lift up. You may only go this far, that's fine. Wherever it is, you're lifting up to the leg. Then we're going to straighten the leg and bend it 10 times on each side. When you straighten, try to keep your leg at the same angle at which you had originally lifted it. And again, try as much as possible not to lean as you do this. All right, first leg at the ready. And you see that fire hydrant, it looks awesome. Let's lift the leg. And extend for 1. And bend for 2, 3, and bend, 4, and bend. Try to keep your knee at the same height as your foot and your foot at the same height as your knee. For 5, 6, ooh, I feel it, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Nice, rest. Maybe give the hips a little shimmy if you feel like you need it. That was awesome. We're gonna do the other side. Let's prepare for hydrant annihilation. Lifting the leg and extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nice, 6, almost done, 7, 8, 9, last one, you got this, 10. All right, great job, everybody. We are going to take a short bathroom water break, and then afterwards is going to be Staza with our plank challenge. So take 3 minutes. Is that correct, Cressie?
Hi guys, let's take a really quick break, like a 1.5 minute break. We are getting close to 3:30. If we run past 3:30 and you need to go, totally understandable. I will be leading like a shoulder cool down stretch afterwards. So just something to keep in mind that if you need to leave after the plank challenge, just to stretch your shoulders out a little bit. Okay, I'll see you in a minute.
Also, guys, you might want to put on some music behind you because doing some plank holds without music will be extra excruciating, I feel. I'm not going to have music, but I suggest you do. And also run to the bathroom because you need those abs to be working. I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick. Be right back. Oh, we like got back at the same time, Cressie. Okay, so I'm just gonna get started, just in case we don't run out of time. But we're pretty warm in our core already from the awesomeness of Anastasia, but we're still gonna do a couple little things. So have you guys stand up at first with me? Yes, can you hear me? Yeah, okay, cool. So everyone's gonna stand and we're gonna do just little side to side jumps. Just a few, just going, just a little side to side, like you're going places, although you can't go anywhere, so don't. This is us going places, okay? And then we're gonna do some little jumps, just up and down, like you're blasting off into space. You can do your blast off arms if you really want to get into it. Okay, we're gonna stop there. Feet go a little bit wider. Hands are gonna come to center. Maybe you're holding a cat. Maybe you're holding a roll of toilet paper. Whatever your most prized possession is right now. We're gonna do a little twist to each side. Holding your object, don't lose it. It's very important to you. Whether it's your cat or your TP, but please don't confuse them. I feel like my cat would not like that. One more each side. Oh, look, he bit me. Okay. Then we're going 2. Stand, hands on the waist. We're gonna do little side leans. Just to each side, warm up our oblique area. Last thing, legs are gonna come hip width apart. Hopefully you're not getting bit by a cat like I am. You really do not like my jokes. We're gonna lift up our knee, push it into our hand, and back down. So really using that hand. Hopefully this should be engaging the lower abs, which are already very worked. Okay, last one. We're going to get down on the ground and get this challenge started. So for everything we do today, please feel free to take modifications. You don't have to go up on your arms. You can stay on your forearms. You don't have to come all the way up to your feet, go down to your knees. Whenever you feel yourself losing your shape, please modify accordingly. I don't want anybody getting hurt, and I can't yell at you. I can't be there, so this is honor system, you guys. Okay, we're gonna start going onto our elbows. Your knees can be on the ground or off. If they are off, engaging your core, pulling that belly button to the spine, keeping that nice tight line. We're gonna rock forwards and backwards for 10. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. We are going to stay in that same position. Sorry, my cat is super not into abs. And we're gonna go from our elbows up to our hands and back down. So once again, you can be on your knees or you can be out in your straight plank. We're gonna walk up and then back down. So walk up to your hands, back down to your forearms. Switch which hand is leading. Boop. So you're not going the same way every single time. One more time. Awesome. Okay. Now we are going to do our front plank hold. This is gonna be 1 minute. I'm gonna time it. Feel free to time it at home. I'll count out the seconds so that you know maybe where you're at. I'll be like 15, 30, 45. Again, forearms are fine, hands are fine, knees on the ground, whatever modification you need for your body today. Trying to maintain the best form as possible, not letting the belly sink, not letting your upper body sink. Maintain that nice straight line that we talked about with handstands. So it all goes together. All right, guys, assume your position, and I will start the stopwatch after, because I can't one-arm plank, let's just be real. Okay, ready, and go. And this is what I said when music might come in handy. Also, maybe this is gonna be really easy for you, and you're gonna be like, I could hold this for 5 minutes. Well, if that's the case, please challenge yourself and lift a leg, and lift another leg, or lift both legs onto an object. We're already 25 seconds in. So I know you guys can do this. I might not be able to talk the whole time though. So get a little break from that. We're at 45 seconds. Only 5 more seconds. I know you guys can do this. Okay, and come on down. Yay! Whatever you did, yay! So good job, you guys. Shake it out. Just a sec. Boop, boop, boop. And then we're gonna start with our side planks. This one is gonna be done on the elbow, and then we can choose to raise up or down for our hold, for our challenge. Coming from your elbow, feet are gonna be stacked. You're gonna push up into your side plank position. You can have that arm extended on your hip, whatever works. We're gonna do dips down and up. We're gonna do 10 of these. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job, you guys. Switch to your other side. So same exact deal, other arm on the ground. We're gonna go up, kiss the booty to the ground. 2, you're kissing it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more, 10. Nice job. Go back to your original side. We are going to do a timed hold. We're gonna try to go for a minute. Again, because why not? I will again call out the times. You can go to your hand, you can be on your elbow. I'm gonna be on my elbow for this side because I have a wrist problem with my left wrist. So no shame on being on your elbow wherever you need to be, or forearm, rather. Don't just like balance on your elbow. And if you want an extra challenge, prop up those feet on something. Just throwing it out there. Okay, assume your position. And ready, let's go. If you get real bored, you can like do some arm things to distract yourself here. I find that to be very helpful. We are at 15. Yeah, little, some jazz hands, some jazz hands. Just handography, you're really, making it your own. Make it your own plank. We are halfway there at 30 seconds. Yeah, ooh, maybe we could do some punches. Just punch out whatever feelings you have right now about the world. My socks say WTF for a reason today. We are at 52 seconds. 8 more seconds, you guys. Try to lift, lift, lift. This is more for me because I know I'm not. And come down. Nice job. Yay. Okay, let's do the other side. While we're on a roll, let me reset my timer here. Assume your position on your other side. Ready? And let's go. Once again, maybe you're gonna do your fabulous armography here. Or maybe you're just gonna breathe it out. Or maybe you have some really good music on. I hope so. Or maybe your cat is scratching shit in the background like my fucking cat is. And you can see him. We are 24 seconds in, you guys. We are so close. 30, halfway. Once again, remembering your armography distraction. 42 seconds in. We can do this. I believe in you. 10 seconds left. Yeah. I'm ready to lift, and come down. Great job. Take a little breath. I'm gonna take a little sip of water. Just I need it. If you didn't guess what's coming next, it's gonna be our back plank. Go figure. So, from our back, I like to point my hands towards my body to lift up to the sky. Offer yourself up to the gods of the world. Okay, we are going to lower that booty and raise that booty 10 times, really squeezing at the top. Ready? Let's do it. 1, 2, squeeze the butt. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice, come down for a sec. Maybe shake out your wrists if you have to. Just take a little breath. We're gonna go back into that position. This time we're just gonna lift one leg at a time up in that plank. So we're gonna do 10 total, so it's only 5 lifts each side. Get back into, again, you can be here if you want, whatever your wrists are telling you you need. We're gonna go up. We're gonna lift. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze that booty. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yes! Good job, you guys! Now, for the kicker at the end, we're gonna do a 1-minute back plank hold. I will count it out just like the others. Do your best, you guys. Let's get into position. Ready? Okay. No armography is possible in this. Well, maybe it is for you. Maybe you're like super beast on that one hand behind your back, but it's not for me. Let's be real. We are already 20 seconds in. Squeezing that booty, engaging that core, trying to keep that nice tight midline so everything is engaged. Nothing is loosey-goosey. You're more than halfway. You're doing amazing. I just know it. My psychic vision is telling me you're all out there kicking ass. We only have about 10 seconds left. You can pull this out. One final squeeze. Squeeze it. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Yes, you guys. Thank you so much. It's my super abridged plank challenge. I'm going to pass it back to Cressie to do a little cool down motion. I know some of you maybe had to leave, but if you can stay, awesome. Cool down with us.
I'm not out of breath. You're out of breath. Okay, that was so wonderful. So yeah, we're just gonna do a couple of minutes of a cool down. So if you can stay, that's awesome, because wow, we just worked pretty hard. Okay, let's start with clasping our hands behind our back. We're gonna draw our shoulder blades together. You're gonna lift your arms up and back and squeeze. And release that, shake it out. Go ahead and do a couple of neck rolls. Release any tension that might have built up while we were holding those amazing shapes. We're gonna clasp those hands again. This time we're gonna have a wide stance, and you're gonna fold over, lifting those arms up high overhead. Oops, dropped my headphone. You're going to let your head be really heavy and let your arms be heavy. You can have a soft bend in your knees if that feels better for you. I'm going to roll back up, bend the knees to roll up. Shake that out. Put my headphone back in. Okay, now we're going to reach down. You're going to see my butt. You're going to look through your own butt and try to see my butt and all your friends' butts. And you're going to pull on your ankles. And then look up past your butt to the ceiling if you can. We're going to walk over to one side. You can have a little bit of a turnout on that foot. And you're going to pull your torso down towards your leg. You might not be able to go that far. That's okay. And we're going to walk through the middle. And turn the other foot out. And pull on that ankle. Okay, let's bring it down to the floor. We're going to take our legs into a comfortable straddle and just kind of shake them out. And then shake them as wide as you can get them without forcing them open. And we're just going to point and flex a few times here. We're going to bend up and over to one side. You're going to peel that shoulder blade back and try to lift your rib cage towards the sky or ceiling. Looks like everyone's inside, but we can pretend the sky is above us. Nice. And then reach towards that leg. Wherever you are, it can be here, it can be all the way down at the floor, whatever feels good for your body. And we're going to reach up, big arms, wide, and over to the other side. Again, peeling that shoulder back, lifting your ribcage towards the ceiling and looking up. Put some nice deep breaths into the side body there. Good, and go ahead to face your leg. Okay, I'm pretty sure my left ear hole is smaller than my right. My left ear bud keeps falling out. Okay, we're gonna come up big, arms back. We're gonna just do little, actually fairly big pulses back where we're pulling the shoulder blades together. And then we're gonna bring them across. Pay attention to what arm is on top. Lift your elbows as high as you can. When we're going to switch which arm's on top next, so just pay attention to that. Try and really open up the space in your back and between your shoulder blades and breathe real deep into your upper chest. And we're gonna do a few more pulses. Remember which arm was on top. And switch. Lift. And make a lot of space in your upper chest, upper back area. Take a deep breath there. Arms casually out to the side. You're gonna think about turning your pelvis out, so sticking your booty out, but try to maintain engagement in your core. And you're gonna try to lower as much as you can with a straight back. Some of you might not get there at all. It might just be about trying to straighten the back in your straddle. And some of you might have a full pancake, but go ahead and find what you can without rounding the upper spine. A few breaths there. If you feel stable here and you feel low, you can start doing a few pulses. And then go ahead, round and relax. And bring your legs in, shake them out. You're gonna pick up your leg, whether it's under the knee, above, or at the foot. You wanna try to have a straight leg, but it's okay if you don't. It's okay if it's here. Just try to get a straight leg, and it can be pretty low too. And we're gonna pull that leg across our body. And you're gonna try to pull it up through the middle as far as you can, and then out to the side with that same side arm. It's a balancing act here. Bend that knee, bring it in, and give it a little hug. You're gonna put your foot in your elbow pit, and your knee in your other elbow pit, and you're gonna hug it. Good. Hook down, we'll do the other side. Lift up your leg, try to have a straight leg here. Bring it across center. Up and over to the outside, balancing act. Yeah, bend the knee, bring it in, give it a little hug. Awesome, and now just for the pecs and the shoulders, we're gonna come into our kitty stretch we were doing earlier today. You're gonna come into a nice tabletop position, 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here, arms straight, and then you're gonna push your chest and your shoulders into the ground. If you're very flexible here, you can tense up on your fingertips like this to push your shoulders even further. If you're not super flexible there, just focus on opening up the shoulders. Go ahead and round yourself out of that into a cat pose. Do a couple cat-cow. And go ahead and lower your hips. So we're in an up position here. Stretch out those abs that we worked so hard. You can go ahead and twist your body by looking over one shoulder at a time. Go ahead and come all the way down to the floor. We're going to do our T-arm stretch. So if you've never done this before, just go ahead and watch first. If you know exactly what I'm talking about, just go ahead and do it. But you're going to lay on your belly. You're going to take one arm out to your side, and you're going to look in the opposite direction. That free hand, I'll do it this way. Your free hand can brace yourself on the ground while you take that leg of the free side and bring it up and over. Can you guys see me? So we're in this position, okay? You want to think about keeping your shoulder on the ground. And this should feel really nice along the front side of the chest. and maybe down your arm as well. Go ahead and switch sides. You'll straighten your other arm, look away from it, press down to the ground with your opposite arm, take that leg up and over the back while keeping the shoulder pressed into the floor. All right, come on out of that. And shake out your arms, shake out your chest, wiggle all around, pat yourself on the back, give yourself a hug. You're freaking amazing. Thank you guys for everyone who was able to stick around to the end, which was almost everybody. This was our largest class so far. These rooms can fit 300 people, so tell your friends, let's work out together. I want to thank all the coaches, Anastasia, Staza, Marisa for coming out today, all of you guys for being here today. Super awesome. If you have come to the other parties, you already know about the donation platform. If you want to and are able to donate, we are accepting donations to be split across all of the coaches. I'm also helping to organize any larger contributions people want to make to studios that are struggling to keep their doors open on the other side of this, that we so dearly love and rely on for our work and our happiness and our health. So that is an option available to everybody. My name is Cressie May. It says it on the screen. Used to have my last name. I fixed it. Now y'all only get to see Cressie May. But CressieMay@gmail is the PayPal donation site, and at Cressie May on Venmo. Message me if you have any questions. We're all here for each other to love and support and make each other happy and feel connected and healthy and wonderful. If any of the coaches have anything they wanted to say, please do. Otherwise, yeah.
Thank you, everyone. I love you. Thank you so much, Cressie, for bringing us all together to do this. Makes me so happy. Thank you. Mwah.
Thank you so much for coming out and for being here. You guys make it worth it for me every day. So thanks for giving me a purpose. Thank you, Cressie, for doing all the hard work behind the scenes.